After he tosses in, it basically comes back like the mask. That's all I could think of.
Can't get rid of this thing.
Becoming a legend.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We're here having another bull session, and today we're going to be talking about King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
That's right, we are, and first things first, this movie was fucking awesome!
Yeah, this movie was a lot of fun.
This movie was great fun. It was a great fucking ride all the way through.
I've been anticipating this movie for months.
Yeah. Every time the trailer came on, you became a child again.
Yeah, and then all the horrible reviews started to come in.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, I guess it's going to be shit. But that's fine, I'm still going to see it.
Of course.
Going in with that, I thought that the movie was actually pretty great. I mean, especially considering that I was expecting just absolute
garbage.
Yeah.
Why in God's name are people talking so much shit about this movie?
I can see why they're doing it, but what I don't understand is why this movie doesn't get a pass when so many other movies that do exactly the same shit get praised.
Well, what do you think the issue is?
Well, you know, it's a completely unsubstantive plot. There's no strong character development or anything like that.
It's a pre-summer blockbuster. Apart from things like character development and stuff like that's understood. There's no real character arc. There's no real kind of deep plot. Of that stuff.
But movies like that can have those things. All the best ones do, right?
True.
It's just that, you know, this. I don't think it's a point that deserves to just destroy this movie.
I agree. Yeah.
The plot is basically King Arthur meets the Lion King.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
His uncle kills his father, and he runs away when he's a small child. His uncle's cronies try to track him down, and then he eventually comes back and overthrows his uncle and becomes the king, and that's the movie.
Yeah.
But the real star of the film is all of the dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
What makes you think she's a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt. A newt. We got better. Burn already!
I loved the banter. I feel like the dialogue was probably some of the best stuff.
I mean, and you know, that's common in a Guy Ritchie movie. You kind of expect that. That's what he's known for. But it is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, no. And the way they I love when they're cutting away and Arthur is explaining, no, we could go with your plan, but this is how it would play out. And then the plan plays out, but it's his voice. It just can't be funny.
Let me stop you there. Allow me to run you through the proceedings as I think they will unfold.
The characters were weak. They all felt somewhat generic. They're all kind of just smartasses.
Yeah.
But most of the acting was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and the dialogue was fantastic. So it didn't feel like as big of an issue in this movie as it might have in another.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, fine, they're all supposed to be badass Englishmen. I mean, cool.
Charlie Hunnam was great. Djimon Hounsou was great. Jude was good. Aidan Gillen was a lot of fun. The little kid was great too.
Yeah, that was a good child
The little kid
actor.
was a lot of fun, and the guy who played his dad.
Great, yeah.
The guy, and I feel bad because I don't know this actor's name, but the guy who plays Roose Bolton on Game of Thrones was amazing in that one scene that he's in.
I woke up.
From where?
From a nightmare.
What was it about?
Then, me and the lads took care of a bit of business.
Hold up, back up. You've left something out.
Are you writing a book?
What's his name? Mordred was cool. He didn't last very long, but what he was in was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
even the false king, his uncle or whatever.
I don't remember. It started with an F.
Yeah, I forget his name.
I don't remember his name.
All I can think of is Farquaad.
Farquaad?
Yeah. Lord Farquaad.
Now that would have been an interesting movie.
Plot twist. No. But the Mage chick.
Oh, she was terrible. Her performance was not very
exactly. Maybe it was spot on to what the director was going for.
Yeah,
but,
sure. If she was nailing what the director wanted her to do, then kudos. But I thought it was a really poor decision to do that character that way.
Yeah, it's very robotic and monotonous. It sounds like those aliens from Mass Effect who don't have any intonation.
You must take the sword, and you must use the sword to unite the kingdom. and that is your destiny.
I don't even think she was delivering any of those lines. I feel like she was reading them off a cue card. But again, I don't want to blame her. I haven't seen anything else, I don't think. So there was constantly action. It was constantly like moving forward one way or another. It was a really nicely fleshed out world with some really cool little fantasy elements that I thought stood out.
A lot of eye candy in that movie.
Yeah, like the giant elephants were awesome. All of fonts except done with today's CG. The castles were awesome. The armor was really cool. Like that shit was just amazing. The VFX were great for 90% of the movie, and then for 10% I feel like they had to cheapen out just for the really cool parts. So at times it really stuck out, especially during some intense action sequences. It felt like everything was CG. He felt plastic. He felt like Neo in The Matrix Reloaded when he's fighting all those Agent Smiths. He felt rubbery. Sometimes it became noisy. Too much shaky cam.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that was another problem. When the action was good, it was amazing.
Yes.
And when it
all
was
the stuff with Excalibur.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, it was very much like a god mode, almost.
Yeah, it did feel like a super mode in a video game. In fact, the first time he used it, I turned to you and I said, okay, now it's got a 5-minute cooldown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can see the timer ticking down. But it was totally cool, though. Like, I liked that it just ended situations, and I was fine with that.
Yeah.
The soundtrack as well. Walking down the steps from our seats at the theater, I was just thinking, I need to buy that soundtrack.
Yeah, that was
yesterday.
really, really good. OST.
Yeah, it was great. And then the I just want to say, great use of, I think that was either Celtic or Gaelic music. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know, but it was awesome.
Oh my god.
One of my favorite aspects of the movie was its many anachronisms.
How do you mean?
Well, you know, the clothing, a lot of it is modern. He's got like a modern jacket.
He wears like a suit, basically.
Yeah, the king wears a collared shirt, and the way they talk to each other, it's very much just modern.
We're gonna take the castle. Come on, lads, chop chop.
I went in expecting something a bit more fitting to the time period or whatnot.
Right. No, you're not going to get that here.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, over the course of the first, I would say 10-15 minutes, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm all for it. It's great because it all works together.
I wish there'd been more Merlin.
Really?
Yes. I feel like Merlin was the wrong character to sequel bait in a King Arthur origin story movie, considering how integral to his origin specifically the character of Merlin is.
I kind of like that Merlin just had like that 1 30-second scene. You don't even like see his face or anything.
It's in a flashback. He doesn't even meet King Arthur.
See, the thing about this movie that in my mind gives it the best legs is that it doesn't just say the same old stuff. So I like that Merlin wasn't in there. It's like we get a mention of him. We know where the sword's like origin is. Blah 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 blah. And
but
moving on. I mean, I suppose there were ways to implement him.
I would totally understand if there are some super fans of Arthurian legend that hate this movie for just completely not adapting the material well at all.
Whatever, man. There's a sword. There's a stone. There's a boy that pulls a sword from the stone. I'm good.
And that's what it keeps, basically.
Yeah. That's the thing for me as well. I like the setting, and I feel like it's a setting to play in. So I'm perfectly cool with this kind of stuff. Like that's the best part of adapting a setting.
Yeah, it's not like this is a complex novel with intricate characters that they're taking and just completely butchering. It's a 1,500-year-old legend that already has hundreds of different versions and interpretations.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm fine with this one.
Exactly, especially because it's so fucking badass.
Yeah.
The experience was great. If you guys are thinking of watching it and maybe waiting, don't. This is a theater movie, hands down. The visual experience was just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, the 3D was great too.
The 3D was good.
We should mention that.
Yeah. At some points, it felt a little gimmicky, which I don't like.
But that's why it was so great. That's how you gotta do the 3D. There's no point to it otherwise. What's the point otherwise?
I guess in my mind there is no point, but I guess I can concede that. Yeah, sure. I guess I can concede that. There was that one sequence where he was like spinning in circles with Excalibur and the arrows were flying around. That was really cool, so I can concede that.
Overall, it's a style over substance movie, but it's a fun little popcorn movie, and I liked it. I just wish it had maybe a little bit more in terms of the character stuff.
That's fair, yeah. It could have used a bit more of that, but at the end of the day, even on the way out of the theater, I was just thinking I could watch that movie again right now in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd want to wait a few years before watching that again.
Really? That long? Like, I want to watch it again soon.
Listen, no,
it made me think my TV at home is too small. Like,
great. So, recommended?
Oh, yeah. You?
Yeah.
Anyways, let's stick the sword in this one and call it a day. But with that said, guys, thank you once again for joining us. And remember, as always, if you had a good time, drop a like, drop a comment, hit subscribe. please.
Thank you very much for watching Bull Session. Check out these other videos that just popped up on the screen too.
Oh, how did you do that?
You might enjoy those. I'm a mage.
Oh,
not a wizard. A mage.
Big difference. Big difference.
Yes.
I mean, like,